Morning, my brothers and sisters. Today's going to be about suffering, serious topic. How can I profit by suffering? What is in it for me? We're going to use Psalm 119. Now, yesterday, we kind of were thinking about the good stuff of God. This blessing has fallen upon me that I've kept your precepts. Now, not everybody gets this intimate fellowship with the Lord. Everybody has trouble, that's for sure, but not everybody has trouble that pushes them towards the Lord. Not everybody has the Lord being shadow close, as we borrowed from Psalm 91. When trouble is danger close, God is shadow close. That was yesterday. Today we're going to talk about maybe some of the bad stuff. Well, what about suffering? We're going to get this from Psalm 119, the longest psalm in the Bible. We're going to start in verse 65. You have dealt well with your servant, O Lord, according to your word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I believe in your commandments. So now we're going to hear about how he teaches them good judgment and knowledge. It's by the bad stuff. Verse 67. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. So that's verse 67. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. So in affliction, the person turns, keeps his word, learns something, grows, gets better judgment, gets better knowledge. Verse 68. You are good and do good. Teach me your statutes. The insolent smear me with lies, but with my whole heart I will keep your precepts. Their heart is unfeeling like fat, but I delight in your law. Verse 71, key. It is good for me that I was afflicted, that I might learn your statutes. Let me do that one again, 71. It is good for me that I was afflicted, that I might learn your statutes. So he declares them good and is grateful for them. Verse 72, the law of your mouth is better to me than thousands of gold and silver pieces. So is it true that the Lord allows affliction so that we can learn of him and learn of his statutes? Is it true that the Lord deals kindly with his servants, teaching them good judgment and knowledge? And when does the Lord teach us good judgment? Well, frequently when we have bad judgment, and when we are afflicted, when we have gone astray. So when does God teach us knowledge? Well, a lot of times it's when we are knuckleheads. And what is it that you can say, hey, I was afflicted back there, but it was good for me because of the harvest of that affliction is this new awareness of God, new awareness of his law, which is to say, in a familiar way, the proximity of God himself. So let's just say the truth, and you all know this. Affliction is hard, but what the psalmist says is that it can lead to something that is of more value, that I might learn of you, Lord. So what is the purpose of suffering? Well, other places in Scripture talk about glorifying Christ by imitating Christ in 1 Peter chapter 2, being a witness to others around us. But here, this affliction and difficulty and hardship and trouble results in the growth of the believer. So the problem can direct me towards the precepts of God, and trouble can help me touch the truth, and the woes can walk me towards the word, and the pain of suffering can point me towards the person of God himself. The conflict conducts me to the character of God. Now, likely you, as a podcast listener and human being on this planet, have plenty of hardship. The question is, have you profited from it? Have you grown from it? What's the benefit? So there's a harvest that can be reaped as the fruit of suffering. And it is good for me that I was afflicted, that I may learn of your statutes, says Psalm 119. So our big question today is, how can I profit by suffering? What's in it for me? John Piper wrote a great paper which addresses the same topic, which is, don't let your cancer go to waste. And let's just extend that. Don't let your relational suffering be without fruit. Don't let the pains, maybe even the physical pains that you have endured, only result in scars. So we're asking today is, can the traumas of the past be my teachers of today? Can the insults grow me in the instructions of God? Can these laborious things lead me back to the laws of God? And can my current affliction benefit my awareness, open up your eyes, of my relationship with the Lord? And then, so let these ordeals lead you to the only one. Let the ordeals lead us to the only one. Let me be grateful for the troubles, and perhaps we can move me to praise in the pain, and depend more in the times of distress. And let's declare him in what seems to be damaging, and let's sing of him in the suffering. So here our psalmist identifies difficulties with being the instructors, and he ends up being grateful for the growth and grateful even for the difficulties. Now I know that some of you podcast listeners have suffered way more than me. And in a sense, I want to thank you for your efforts because I see them. Yes, I grieve with your losses and your pains. And on the other hand, perhaps too, I can even celebrate the difficulties, the sufferings that you have had to go through because it has grown because you have grown in your faithfulness. So let me recall the two verses that I want to highlight today. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. And the other, it is good for me that I was afflicted, that I might learn your statutes. So if you're suffering today, which I'm assuming you have some aspect of that, let's let those sufferings be our teachers, be our instructors. Let us grow with that. And then the second thing is, even maybe in the suffering, be grateful. Thanks for listening.